My purpose of this video today is I wanted to talk to people about, well, pretty much help with things that I had to overcome and learn as I live in my life. The thing to learn today, or the topic for today, is adaptability. Sometimes we are blessed or we are moved into a different role, or we can feel like we in over our head, or maybe we took off more than what we can chew, or whatever the matter is. For me, it's homeschooling my kids, and when I was employed, I did make it work when I worked a 9-to-5 job, but it took me a minute to adapt, and then now that I'm chasing other passions and pursuing other things, plus that, it's definitely a struggle to continue to adapt. You know, learning operations, running a business, and learning the ropes of business, and homeschooling, and taking time to complete courses and classes. It can sometimes be a real doozy. And what inspired me to get up and share was, I have a baby brother, he's in college now, and he says, "Sis, college is kicking my ass." And I'm like, business is kicking my ass. But you know what? We have to learn to adapt. So I strongly believe that when God calls you down a path, or in my case, there have been times where I landed myself in jobs that I just did not qualify for. I didn't really have much experience in. I had to ask a lot of questions in the beginning, and it was just like a learning curve for me. And in the beginning, when I stressed out about it, even now on this adventure, it was pretty stressful once I truly learned what was the unmasking. Everything to me comes with a mask off situation, because you have it from the outside, you see it from the outside in, and then once you get in, it's a completely different ball game. So once I unmasked what I was going after, it was a lot heavy than what I was expecting, and I had to really collapse and crash a couple times for God to teach me, hey, this is not meant for you to do overnight. This is not meant for you to do in one day. You know, falling off spiritually kind of poured down into other things, and I teach my kids all the time. You know, trying to keep things at a balance, because if you balance spiritually, you balance mentally, and if you balance mentally, you balance physically, okay? And if you balance physically, you balance emotionally. But the emotional and spiritual kind of tie into the same thing. Well, they all tie in together if you ask me. But I had to understand that staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning, it is granted when I have the ability to do it, when I don't have other things lined up, to knock some things out, to learn some other things. That's cool. But when you have things behind it and you're training yourself to stick to adapting to newness, then blocking and committing to what you know and having discipline is the way to take it. Sometimes you just have to adapt. And once I begin to adapt, things get a little bit easier. Then the issue is just maintaining discipline to stay on those tasks within those time limits and those time frames. So I'm happy. I hope that helps someone, but I'm happy to get the hang of the things that God is blessing me with, still learning, still growing me with, I'm cultivating. And if this message helped you, I pray it does. But learn to adapt. Sometimes it can be stressful in the beginning, but don't give up. Give yourself time to actually get the feel of things, to actually to grow into it, to get to know what you're doing, to know your ins and outs, to know how you tick, to see how you can try different things to make it work before you just absolutely give up. You know, just try different things. Don't be afraid to fail. I learned the hard way that failing is actually a good part of the process. Failing is healthy, is natural, and is normal. And if you think I'm kidding, I'm going to share this with you, and I'm going to end the video there. There's this cleaning product called 409, right? And I learned from when I was in high school a couple decades ago that the guy who created 409, he said, do you know why the name ended up being 409? And I was like, no, why? He said, because he fell 409 times before he got it right. And I was just like, you know what? That's gold. That's true gold. Even Nikola Tesla, he made fun of Albert Einstein, which is hilarious to me. He was like, Albert Einstein is not a genius. If you ask this dude to find a needle in a haystack, he's simply gonna observe each straw until he finds the needle. But that's how life is. So don't be afraid to observe each straw and adapt while you're observing, or when you get it wrong or when you fall off. Just take a second to recharge, renew your spiritual mind, and then figure out another game plan. Try something else. If it doesn't work this way, then try another way. There's more than one way to make things work. You know, as long as you have a sense of self-government and moral and, boundaries with yourself so you can implant with others, be willing to know that there's more than one way to get to a destination, okay? So peace and prosperity. I hope everyone having a blessed and abundant day. Bye.